At a time when hope was scarce and faith was being tested, a man named Jesus walked the lands of Galilee and Judea, bringing with him not only words of wisdom, but also the power to transform lives. His miracles were more than supernatural acts. They were demonstrations of love, compassion, and the revelation that the impossible can be achieved when faith meets divine grace. Imagine a small house in Capernaum, so crowded that not even a sheet of paper could fit through the door. For men were carrying a paralyzed friend, determined to find him. When they found they could not enter, they climbed up onto the roof, made an opening, and lowered the man to Jesus. Seeing their faith, Jesus said, "Son, your sins are forgiven." Some questioned his authority, but he, knowing their hearts, commanded the paralytic to get up, pick up his mat, and go home. And so it was done. The crowd was amazed, glorifying God. In a deserted place, a large crowd followed Jesus, hungry for his words. At the end of the day, the disciples suggested that he send the people away so they could buy food. But Jesus replied, "You give them something to eat." With only 5 loaves and 2 fish, he looked up to heaven, gave thanks, and broke the loaves. Miraculously, everyone ate until they were satisfied, and there were still 12 baskets full left over. A sign that in God's hands, little becomes much. A violent storm arose in the middle of the Sea of Galilee, threatening to sink the boat in which Jesus and his disciples were. While the waves were beating and the wind was roaring, Jesus was sleeping. In despair, the disciples woke him, crying out, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the sea, "Be still." Immediately the storm ceased, and there was a great calm. Then Jesus asked them, "Why are you so fearful? Have you still no faith?" In Bethany, a man named Lazarus, a friend of Jesus, became sick and died. When Jesus arrived, Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Martha, Lazarus' sister, said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Jesus answered, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will live, even though he dies." Standing at the tomb, Jesus ordered the stone to be removed and cried out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." To everyone's amazement, Lazarus came out alive, still wrapped in strips of linen. Death did not have a last word. Jesus' miracles were not just demonstrations of power, but signs of a kingdom where sickness, hunger, fear, and death have no place. They remind us that even in the darkest moments, there is hope. That faith, no matter how small, can move mountains. And that Jesus continues to work miracles today, transforming lives and restoring hearts. What's your miracle? Trust me, he's still in control.